Wow.
Just started puking my ringer. Like, I was sick all over the carpet in the hotel, and then I got into the bath and had the shower on me because I was sharing a room as well, and I was in there for 3.5 hours from like 5:30, left 5 until 8:30, and I must have been sick in the bath. Like the bath was full, and I just like a scum line of sick like floating around my body.
Oh,
Absolute like liability. And then we were supposed to be out on it all day yesterday drinking. I just couldn't do it. I was sat in the
so
pub.
you let everyone down?
Well, yeah, there was 6 of us. Well, 6 of us for the Friday. I went too hard too soon, basically, and yeah, so it was a bit of a liability yesterday. So, but they all carried on. They were all drinking. Obviously, I feel fine today. I'm driving home now, but it's checking down rain. So I just literally joined Twitch. I saw Tricky's message, and so I thought, I wonder if he's still doing it. And saw you chat. I thought, wow, I'll join this while I'm driving. I'm about 45 minutes away from home now. So.
All right. So excuse my ignorance, but uni is basically a college, right? That's what college, university.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we meet up every few years, but so it's been 7 years since our last one, and then one of the guys that turned up I literally haven't seen since I left uni back in 2002.
Oh, that's nice then. Catch up.
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, it was good. But,
All right.
Yeah, it's absolutely checking it down driving back home though, at the moment.
Okay, so
Where are you driving from?
I'm driving. Yeah, we were up in Oxford, and I'm driving back down to Devon.
Oh, nice.
all right, so you Brits are gonna have to help me here. I was thinking like a wild idea that we were gonna do like a Trophy Horrors meetup in the UK.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know like where to do it in relation to where you guys all live.
See, the problem is Gareth is right. So if you bring up a map of the UK, Gareth's sort of as low down south more or less as you can go.
Okay.
And I know
Far down south as really.
Yeah, me, Rick, and what's his name?
Sid
Sid are all sort of northwest. We're northwest England, so we're all around Manchester area.
Okay, so
that's
if I was to do a hangout, say in London, could you all get there?
We could all get there. You're talking like for me, Sid, and Rick, it'd probably be about 2.5 hours on a train, but I'd be willing to do that. It's the deal to get away.
3 hours for me. 2.5 to 3 hours for me.
So if I did London, you guys all would have to travel at least 2 to 3 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty centralised, I suppose.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I mean,
it's in between the majority of your British listeners, no matter where they are, unless you've got some in Scotland, then they'd be fucked, basically.
all right.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do it as long as you made it a decent time. I'd be up for it.
Well, I mean, I as you guys know, I don't know if you guys actually picked up on it, but you know when we do Trophy Horse 1000, we're actually all going to Italy. So I was thinking like even that like if everybody just wanted to crash in Italy, that'd be freaking awesome, honestly. But I don't.
Italy's not outside the realms of possibility. You just have to give a lot of notice.
Oh yeah, I'd plan this 2 years in advance and say this is the date we're going. This is where we're all hanging out. Blah blah blah. But I just because when Sid got married a couple years ago, I was very contemplating hopping on a plane and going to his wedding. It just didn't work out.
When we plan.
You broke up, Gareth.
Yeah, sorry. It's no, I think it's the weather down here. It is literally chucking like windscreen wipers are on full blast. Yeah, it's chucking it down. But it's probably just the weather.
Yeah, because
when are you planning on doing the? So is the UK thing something you've got?
The UK thing I'm probably gonna do.
Or you're thinking about doing it?
Well, I'm thinking about doing it in 2023. I just don't know when. but I'd have to get like the idea soon because I start to pick my vacation picks for work soon. So I'm thinking like sometime in the summer, like July and August.
Yeah, that's easily done for me. Like, as long as I get notice to book it off work, it's not a problem.
And Felicia, how hard would it be for
Yeah.
you to get to the UK? Felicia? I think we lost Felicia. Because I wanted, like, a majority of our listeners across the pond all live in the UK, but I'm ignorant when it comes to... Because, like, is England and the UK two different things?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
England's
kind
a
of.
separate country.
England is a
So
separate
the
country.
UK, well, England's a country. So you've got England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and Northern Ireland. Forget Ireland, but Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England make up the UK.
Yeah. So the United Kingdom is just a collection of a couple of smaller countries around England.
Okay. Because I've always wanted to go to London. So
London's probably the best place to do it, just because no matter where anyone lives, whether they can make it or not, there'll be an option for them near them to get a train to London. It's sort of a central hub where you can get a train to any major city, but London would probably be the easiest for most people to get to.
all right. I'm actually looking at a map of London right now.
Yeah, you could do it in like one of the suburbs, just a bit cheaper, like to stay. 'Cause London, obviously, in London is expensive, but you could do it in one of the suburbs, which is it goes down in price quite a lot, and then you always get the train or the tube into London to do your visits or your.
Tell you what, if you really wanted to look at it tricky, you could even down near Gareth, you can rent sort of decent sized houses. We've stayed and rented decent sized houses down. I'm not saying go to necessarily Devon or Cornwall, but if you look at those sort of areas, you can rent quite a big house for not too much.
Well, all right. So who's near Manchester?
Me, Sid, Rick's, Preston, I believe. I'm sure there's one other, but I can't remember who.
Okay, and
I can't remember.
Gareth, where are you around?
Right down in the southwest. Down in Devon, like near Exeter.
Near Exeter.
Yeah, couldn't be further away from Manchester.
Okay, I'm looking on the map right now, and what I'm seeing, right now is like Brighton, Worthington.
Go down to the southwest.
South.
Go past Bristol.
Southwest. I see Southampton, Portsmouth.
Keep going.
Bournemouth, Poole, Dorchester, Weymouth.
Yeah, keep going.
Wow. Okay, I'm going. Newton about.
Yeah, Newton. So Newton Abbot is where I live.
Newton Abbot. Okay. Wow. So.
Yeah,
and it only takes you
south. He's deep south.
Okay, so I'm looking at the distances. You can get to London in 2.5 hours on a train from there?
Yeah, about 3 hours. Well, I can drive. I'll probably drive it. It's about 3 hours drive, yeah.
Okay. I mean, wow.
It's not San Francisco.
No, I mean, just I listen. I'm ignorant to this, but like I'm looking on this, like looking on the map from Manchester to London, looks like the same amount of distance I would drive from here to Virginia, and that takes me 6 hours.
Yeah, we're on train now. If you drive, I think that's not much longer driving it, to be honest. Yeah, no.
I drove to Manchester a few months ago, and it was 5 hours.
Wow. Okay. All right, so London would probably be the better location for everybody.
From Manchester to London is 200 miles.
Okay.
So it's not that bad.
All right, so
3 hours on the train, just under 3 hours.
and where's the royal family live?
London. Well, they live in different areas.
Oh, Buckingham
Yeah,
Palace. Buckingham Palace. That's what I was
Buckingham
thinking.
Palace, yeah, that's in London, Buckingham Palace, but
So what? Okay. And probably staying around there is probably going to be ultra expensive.
yeah, staying in London's going to be expensive. Yeah, definitely, no doubt about it. But you can, like Gareth said, there is sort of areas just slightly on the outskirts of London where you're going to pay a lot less than staying in central London.
All right. Well, when I figure out dates and times and stuff like that, I'll reach out to you guys to see like where I should be looking for hotels, because I'm planning to bring Sweet Mama D with me and probably the Goddess.
Yeah, you like?
I heard you know what. I didn't know who said it. All right. So let me see what I can do on my end, and then I'll start reaching out to you guys to see like what's the best thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Well, yeah, we're going away. We're on holiday in the summer. Last week of May, first week of June, and then again at sometime in August, end of August, I think, all right as well. But other than that,
see, end of August would be hard just because Sweet Mama D normally starts school like the last week of August.
yeah,
So, but I'm planning to come for like I'm planning to do like a week out there, and then spend 2 or 3 days hanging out with you guys.
yeah. No, that'd be
So.
that'd be good.
Because what I'll probably do is I'll probably get like a big Airbnb where it can sleep like 10, 12 people. This way, if you guys make that drive, you at least have a place to stay for the night.
Yeah.
What date were you thinking, sorry?
I was thinking like July or August, but I don't have any I don't have any official dates nailed down.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You'll find that's going to be more expensive though, just because of school holiday dates.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Just stay clear of April for me. I'm busy in April.
Okay, 10-4. Well, April's our big money-making months out here, so I don't think I'm going to be giving that up.
I'm running a marathon in April.
The Goddess's birthday is in April. April 27th.
I'm going to be good for nothing in April.
All right.
Is that the London Marathon you do it?
No, it's a Manchester Marathon.
So
the London Marathon, you have to get a ballot, like unless you're running it for a charity, you have to get a ticket ballot, don't you, to sort of be drawn out of a hat. But the Manchester one is going to be my first one, and it's the flattest marathon in either Europe or the UK. So I figure I'm heavy at the moment, so I'm losing weight every week doing these 10Ks. So I'm slowly but surely getting it off. But it's been, because I started off, I was about 18 stone 8 pounds.
Oh, right.
So I weren't slim, guys, but it's not been easy. And I'm 16.4 now, and that was 9 weeks ago. So I've dropped a fair bit.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's getting. I've got 10 miles next weekend, not this weekend, next. And that's in Bury. And then after that, there's more 10Ks. So I'm deep into sort of training now.
Yeah, I've applied for the London Marathon 3 times, but failed in the ballot all 3. But,
yeah, I put in for it again next year, but yeah, like you say, it's really difficult because unless you're like a celebrity runner or you've raised a couple of £1,000 and a charity's willing to sponsor you, put you in, you just don't get a ticket, do you? It's very difficult to get in.
no.
Felicia, you with us, or we lose you?
No, I'm still here. I'm just letting the pommies chat, man. They're keeping you awake. It's all good.
Well, no. What I was asking, I don't know if you heard me ask, but like, how likely are you to be able to get to the UK?
Buckley's and none.
10-4.
Never mind the fact that my fear of flying is equivalent to your fear of spiders.
Oh,
But,
you don't like flying, huh?
Oh no, I can't. The last time I was in a plane,
fire.
I could not sleep for 3 weeks. I had disrupted sleep for a long time. I went through. I was in a plane that was in a really bad storm. I mean, I logically understand everything that the planes are safe. Understand plane safety. I live near an airport. My dad worked at the bloody airport. I've been around planes. I know how they fucking function. It doesn't matter because as soon as I get in them, my hands claw up on the armrests, and I'm like, yeah.
So we're gonna have to treat you like BA Baracus and just knock you out.
Oh, enough alcohol also works. I'm an Australian. That's the customary way, anyway.
Sleeping tablets in the milk.
About 24 hours, isn't it? The flight from Australia to UK.
Yeah,
24 hours.
it's about 24 hours.
Is it a straight flight or is it a stopover?
You can get a straight flight. You can get a straight flight.
Wait.
there's-
A flight from Australia to the UK is 24 hours?
Yeah. Massive
Wow.
distance. Chica, you should go to Australia. There's no spiders there. You would love it.
Yeah, we already had this conversation. Don't even try it.
I was telling him about the pet huntsmen that we deliberately don't kill and that live inside the houses. Fine.
That's just nightmares. If I saw a spider that big, I'm burning down the damn house.
Well,
Contra,
if you
take the
go to
country out.
Queensland, you'll find the bigger ones. The spiders are about the size of a small dinner plate.
Oh, stop! All right, stop!
Imagine
They are
like,
actually not that
down the road.
poisonous, so it's all good.
Oh my god! Oh! I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Please stop.
The really,
All
yeah,
right.
the really bad ones are the small ones. So yeah,
I was listening to a comedy bit of Steve Harvey. He was talking about how he went to Australia, and there was a huge ass thing on a bus stop, and the guy asked him what it was. He goes, "It's a mosquito." He's like, "No, that big thing with wings." He goes, "That's a mosquito." He's like, and the thing took off.
yeah. Mosquitoes about 3
Australia-
inch wingspan. It's fine.
Australia's not the place to go if you don't like creepy crawlers. That's
Yeah,
not the one.
no.
Yeah, that's
I'm more
puts me
worried
off
if I see a
going-
snake.
Oh my god! I'm literally getting like the shivers
Mm.
right now.
the good
Yeah.
thing about the UK. The good thing about England, though, Tricky, is yeah, we don't have anything like that. Well, we have spiders, but you're not going to see them. It's pretty rare. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go
You say that, then I'm gonna get off the flight and like a spider's gonna
Nah,
crawl
nah,
on my leg, and I'm gonna fucking flip out and
You
say,
know,
"Get me back on the
you're
plane."
not, you're not going to be met back to Manchester to meet you at the airport, mate. There's no.
No, I just have a feeling one of you guys is gonna put a spider in a box and like, "Hey, Tricky, what's your present?"
I
Yeah,
if
just
you
please
go
don't
into
do
the
that.
wrong- if you go into the wrong part of London, you might get stabbed. That's about it in England.
Hmm.
You've got to make sure you pick the right part of London, do a bit of research into London, and don't venture into certain areas at certain times.
Well, that's like me telling Garrett, "Don't come to New York."
Yeah. Well, in certain parts of New York, you probably go after dark, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah,
London,
ju-
just don't.
Just for future knowledge, Garrett, you know, Harlem is the perfect place to go.
It's a what? Sorry, not the good.
Harlem is the perfect place to go if you're looking for a good time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that the same as you going?
I wouldn't be
Either
caught in
way.
Harlem, but you can go.
Alright.
He's sacrificing you there, Gareth.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Think you're the lamb to the slaughter on this one.
Yeah, the wife wants to go somewhere like that for her 40th in a couple of years.
Listen, I love New York, just because the amount of stuff you could do in New York, but it's like, I gotta be honest, like I get annoyed by the tourist.
Oh.
It's listen, at a certain point when you live in New York, it's like you've seen the Statue of Liberty, you've seen Madison Square Garden, you've seen, you know, St. Patrick's Cathedral. Like, please just, you know, get the fuck out of my way and let me move.
Oh, that's a very New York elitist attitude, that I'm not. Yeah, no, you've got.
Well, that's
can't
like
be-
you coming over to London and looking at the
Yeah, looking at-
Yeah, that's like me coming over there looking at the big bed.
Yeah, you stood in front of Buckingham Palace and King Charles comes out and goes, "Fuck off, mate."
Let's see if we can make the bloody BP to
Oh,
have a
yeah,
laugh.
maybe.
Come on.
I thought Charles wasn't allowed to be king anymore because he married Camille.
No, Charles is
Camilla-
king.
No, Charles is king.
Say it one more time.
He's king. He's allowed to be king. She's allowed to be queen, technically, because there was some rule that the queen passed before she died that Camilla was allowed to be crowned queen.
I maybe I'm misremembering because I was a young kid at the time, but I
No, there was a lot of
thought when
controversy.
Diana died, and he was with Camille, that somebody said he's not allowed to be king because he married Camille.
Yeah, there's always a lot of controversy when a royal gets divorced, but no, he's allowed to be king.
Okay.
Not that anyone cares.
Well,
Not that the royal family has any real power anymore.
that was my next question. Is like, do they have any real power, or is it more just
Yeah,
like a
but-
ceremony thing now?
Yeah, they have certain powers over certain lands and things like that. I mean, we've still got the Commonwealth as well. You've got to think places like Australia and Canada and places like that are still involved with the British Commonwealth to a certain degree.
Yeah, they have more say over our legal system than the
Yeah.
British legal system. They actually anoint the Speaker of the House. Of
So
our
the
Parliament.
Canadians do as they're told.
So is Parliament basically
Nah,
like
I'm
our
only
Congress?
I'm only joking, by the way. That's
Is the British Parliament basically like Congress for us?
yeah, pretty much. Ours is full of knobheads.
I don't know. I mean, like, you had 3 different rulers in the last 3 weeks or something, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah. We've got. We have
These guys let Trump run his term. I mean,
All right, and the Prime Minister is basically like our president.
The difference with us, I don't know whether it happens over there, Vicky, and again, I could be wrong. I only know bits about it, but with our political parties, they can have like no votes of confidence and just leave at any point, and they can kick each other out at any point as long as the party agrees with it. That's why we've had so many prime ministers over the last couple of weeks, because they're all unqualified. The majority of them, you won't let them boil you an egg, never mind run a country. So then you get the next one in and the next one in, and it'll just continue like that until we can have an election.
But is the Prime Minister basically like the equivalent of our president?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the Prime Minister is elected.
The Prime Minister what?
Is the Prime Minister elected, or is the Prime Minister appointed?
Well, to a certain degree, the party is elected. So you're voting on a Prime Minister in a general election. So you have a general election, different parties run different party leaders. So you're a leader of that party. So the Conservatives who won last time, Boris Johnson in the last general election ran. Obviously now Boris Johnson's gone, so then he's been replaced by someone else, and that's where the argument comes from. That should we not have another election because these are unelected officials, even though they lead the party that were elected. It's very confusing if you're not from England.
we have a similar system down here.
Yeah, a lot of unelected people making decisions that they weren't elected to do, but it is what it is.
All right. So what happens if your Prime Minister just like dies? Is there like somebody that automatically steps up?
Yeah, they have like within the party, whoever's in control will have like an internal election, which is what they've had to do here. They've had to sort of different MPs, different members of parliament from that party put their hat into the ring, and then they have a vote within that party of who is going to be the best leader, which is amazing why that Liz Truss won. She won the internal vote to become prime, which is a staggering, really, considering that she was the best that they could vote for. And it says a lot about the sort of the party that we've got in control at the moment, and they thought she would be the best person to run for prime minister.
What's even weirder, Tricker, is we have a prime minister, then we have a deputy prime minister. But when these prime ministers choose to leave, like this Liz Truss, it weren't automatically the deputy prime minister who stepped into the place of the prime minister, because she sacked her deputy prime minister just before she'd left. So then they had to have a leader vote. It's like, think Star Wars, it's kind of similar to Star Wars with the Senate. It's not a million miles off Star Wars, to be honest.
See, because in the United States, Biden's our president, Kamala Harris is our vice president, and then Nancy Pelosi is Speaker of the House. If Biden, for some reason, left office, Harris automatically becomes president, and Pelosi automatically becomes the vice president, and then everybody in the line of succession moves up.
Along. Yeah.
So
it doesn't work over here. What happens over here is you've got this. As of now, the main party in the UK is the Conservative Party. Okay, so if any of them leave and they take their staff and sort of cabinet members with them, there'll be an in-party vote to decide who's leader. So all these different Conservative members will say, "I want to be leader," throw their name out there, and there'll be in-party voting to sort of see who gets in and who doesn't get in. And like Gareth said, one of the ones recently was probably one of the stupidest people I've ever seen take office.
Well, that's
frankly one of the. And I include every president I've ever seen and every prime minister I've ever seen was a lady called Liz Truss.
Wait! You're saying that prime minister is more stupid than Biden?
That's not possible.
I know it is. It is.
Surrender. She was
Good morning,
Daryl.
Daryl.
She was only ever successful because she just kept changing her policy, going with whatever suited her political path. Really, she was renowned as being a Brexit Remainer. Didn't want to go for Brexit. It looked like Brexit was happening, so she changed then to voting for Brexit, and that's how she moved up the political ladder, just by taking her opportunity as it went, by changing her policy, changing her views.
So
she was Liberal Democrat to start with. She wasn't even a Conservative to start with.
Yeah.
So she's a flip-flopper.
She once tried to sell a privately owned TV channel as a public-owned TV channel to, I think, Saudi Arabia. That's what she tried to do. She tried to sell it as if it was publicly owned. So in the UK, like our National Health Service and stuff like that, we own TV channels as well, and we used to own Energy before we sold that off. But she tried to sell Channel 5, which on our TV is privately owned, to a foreign company, and because she thought it was Channel 4. That's how stupid she is. She's one of the stupidest people I've ever seen in any role of power in the history of ever.
No. Well, good morning, Daryl.
Better off just walking outside Buckingham Palace and just picking someone taking photos and put them in there, and they wouldn't have done a worse job than what she did.
In a few weeks, she crashed our pound to the point where it was nearly worthless against the dollar. She crashed everything based on one budget. She put a budget out there where she was saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, we're going to tax these people. And it was the worst budget that we've ever seen, and it totally crashed our economy.
This sounded very familiar, Daryl.
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
It sounds very familiar.
We're going through that same thing right now.
Don't ever think you've got it worse with Biden. Trust me.
Look here. Look. So we love him or hate him, we just had the most controversial president to ever sit in office, right? Donald Trump.
Right.
And despite all of the stuff in the media and all the stuff on social media, that dude had the most sound policies, and our economy and our day-to-day lives were so much better with him at the helm. Guys, our gas was so cheap. Our food was so cheap. The amount of money we got back in our paychecks was better than it has ever been my entire adult life.
I got the biggest tax return ever under him.
Biggest tax return. Like, we were making money. We were thriving under him, and we were becoming energy efficient, which is something in the Conservative Party. We are constantly saying, hey, stop giving our money to other people so that we can create our own sources of energy. All right. This mother freaker, this Joe Biden, day one, first executive order, shut down our own oil pipeline and buy our oil from Russia.
Right.
We've had $3, $4, and $5 a gallon gas. I was paying $1.50 a gallon for gas. I was paying.
Oh my God, that's 4 times cheaper than petrol here.
Dude, I know, but it's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to, like, this stuff. I was paying under Donald Trump. I was paying $1.50 for gas, right? And then eggs. I eat 6 eggs a day. Okay, I was paying $4 for 60 eggs. Right now, eggs are the highest they have ever been in my entire lifetime. It is almost $20 for 60 eggs. $20.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Holy
let me
shit.
just check.
Yeah.
Let me just check our local shop. 1 second, because I think we're paying more per egg than you are.
That's crazy though. But that just gives you the like most basic, like from the very simple things. Like I'm sure like in like luxury items, so things that like beef, right? So like I call beef like a luxury item because like things like steak, you know, we would pay a couple dollars a pound or whatever, you know, like, you know, you could get steak $4, $5, $6, $8 a pound for a good cut. I mean, steak has over doubled like since he's been in office.
It has.
And it's these bonehead, these awful policies. But the problem is this guy gets up there and he panders to whatever, you know, the social political theme of the day is, right? So it's like we got all these bleeding heart liberals that like, oh, we want people to feel good. We want people to feel accepted. And you know what? I get that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't feel a certain way or shouldn't feel welcome, whatever. But it comes at a cost when in politics. And these freaking people get up there and they sit there and jerk each other off and say, oh, you can have this, and you can feel a certain way. We're going to go with this. But then they turn around and the same person that gets you your social political win tanks just, I mean, we do. And every time we get a Democratic president, it's the same thing. We've done this before.
Look what just happened on Twitter where Elon Musk took over Twitter and the White House put out the tweet and it immediately got fact checked and the White House was like, nope, you got to delete this. Then they come out and say, well, we just want we want to clarify that the tweet wasn't complete before it was put out, so we send out the wrong message. Instead of saying, you guys screwed up the economy so bad and the inflation so bad that now a law that was signed in 1976 is giving our seniors the biggest increase ever in their Social Security.
Yes.
Like, a law that Richard Nixon wrote in 1976 is now giving the seniors the biggest increase in their Social Security. And Biden came out and said, under my administration and through my leadership, seniors are now getting the biggest thing. And Twitter immediately fact checked them and they deleted it going, oh, well, the tweet wasn't put out in full, so you didn't get the full context of what was going on. We never claimed that it was our administration that did this. Meanwhile, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, it's a freaking mess over here. I know it's a mess over there, guys.
Yeah.
Like it's a mess everywhere. I mean, everyone is feeling the hurt. Everyone is got. It's crazy because I sit here right, and most of the time, especially on the shows and stuff, I try not to.
I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back, guys.
But God, dude, I swear, I feel like we're all being played right now. It feels like it's a freaking show. And every one of us, we're all sitting back and watching this awful reality TV show play out where all these fake, not real humans are making decisions that affect us every day. And it is infuriating.
It's felt like that since COVID as well. Part of me just thinks that we're in some sort of weird little thing because since COVID, there's been one thing that's happened after another where you just like, is this for real?
Yes, exactly.
I'm just shaking my head because you're paying per gallon what I'm paying per liter.
Yeah, well, see, okay, now to be fair, it has always been, you know, like a ridiculous difference gas price from us to you guys. But like we do, like I was talking to Gareth, you know, a few months back when we were hanging out, and it's like you guys do it. Like I think the distances and the way, the nature of how we drive, it like is so different, right?
Your
like,
cars are different. Your cars.
They are.
Cars.
They are.
Yeah,
and,
massively.
But like for me, like I'll burn. So my tank, I think like 25 gallons will last me. If I go back and forth to work every day, if I actually go to the office, I mean, 25 gallons will only get me, you know, 4 or 5 days worth of back and forth to work, right? And we have 2 vehicles, and that's not counting extra going off and doing everything. And we don't really, like, at least where I'm at, there's not, like, public transit is kind of few and far between. Like, where I live, things are a lot more spaced out. And so, like, you really got to, I mean, you could drive 30 minutes to get to the grocery store that you want to go to, or the market that you want to go to, whatever. So, I mean, it's nothing for me to drive, you know, like the other day, just to pick up a video game. I drove 3 hours. So, like, it's, we put a lot of miles on.
Just download.
So, it's,
all right, can I pause this for 1 second?
The gas price alone right now is just, it's mind blowing. And it is, we can trace it down to a single bonehead decision, one bad call. and we shut down our own source of oil. It's like, hey, we have a pipeline, we are thriving. People, and the thing is, this is the thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs,
right?
Like Tricky, the same people that argue that like they're like, well, we got to have more jobs. We got to, we're not whatever. We're not producing.
And then your first day in office, you cut 25,000 jobs.
Thousands day one, and all these people that voted them in are like, yeah, like look how good that we did. Yeah, I'm like, you're freaking insane, dude. You're insane.
All right, I just want
to rub salt into the wounds as well. Is the energy companies are raking in record profits.
Profits, yeah.
Here you go, Tricky. It's your political podcast. You could just wrap this up.
That's right. You did it. You finally did it. Tricky thoughts.
I can just take this section of the ExtraLife stream, but I just want to give a shout out. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. It's like it's kind of amazing right now. We got 3 different countries in the same call, and we're all discussing things, and nobody's arguing.
Yeah, well, we're all getting boned the same way.
Yeah.
It's because we're
all done with this shit. He's also shit, and so is ours. Yeah.
Speaking of getting boned, Daryl, I just want to point out the fact that it's a good thing I didn't wait to play Gotham Knights with you, because that never would have happened.
Oh, okay. For a couple of things. I ate some food last night, and I got really, really ill. I went home and went to bed. So I have a really nasty story to tell you guys on the podcast. Like, it is gross. I wanted to hurl. But you already beat the game.
I got the platinum. I got the platinum today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There you got it.
Yeah, that's amazing, Tricky.
Yeah. So I just think it's really awesome that we got 3 different countries in here, and we're all like we can all have this conversation. Nobody's really throwing slurs or fights at each other.
Yeah. Well,
it's because we're all eating the same shit sandwich.
That's right. I'm going for seconds. And the thing is too, like, and this is the way it works, right? So like I'll say this: news and media, and even social media, right? They divide us on the things that really don't matter, right? They divide us on things that we think matter in the moment, but like realistically, if we were all in the same room together, we would find common ground almost immediately, right? So like we might all of us from all 3 different countries, surely we have different backgrounds, surely we have different life experiences, and surely we have different opinions on how things should happen and how things should be handled, okay? And that's not wrong. That's fine, all right? Different things work better for different people, and we're all going to be different, and that's cool. And we all understand and accept that on a very base level. The problem is, all right, when we get out in the social media and the media, they divide us on these issues so quick. They bundle us up and they put us in classes so fast, right? Like, you're conservative, you're Democrat, you're liberal, you're whatever, you're for Brexit, you're anti-Brexit, and they label us really quick. And then they start saying the language that's used is super divisive. So it's like they'll like, for a conservative person right now, it's like, oh my gosh, you guys tried to overthrow your government because you had a bunch of idiots dancing on the state on the on the state house or whatever during that election, right? You got a bunch of people walking through the building because the doors weren't locked. And then they say automatically anything that comes from you is bad. Okay. Now you other people over there who you're calling for progress, right? Because you want a dude to be able to dress like a lady and do story time in a library at a school or whatever. Okay. You guys are good because you're pushing for acceptance, right? So all of the things that you like are the good things. And then they say, oh, by the way, guys, like, we have this weird policy on gas. So now what they've done is they've gaslit the 2 parties, because now both sides have been labeled and are attached to whether or not they agree or disagree with the piece that's been stuck on them. And then it's like, now we have to have like a real discussion on something that really does affect us every single day. The other things don't affect us every day, but the things that affect us every day is gas, groceries. You know what I'm saying? Taxes. Those things bother us. Those things affect us all equally. I don't care if you're a dude wearing a dress. I don't care if you're black, you're white, if you're Hispanic, Asian, European, whatever. I don't care if you're for the queen or against the queen. At the end of the day, we all got to go to work. We all got to make money. We all got to provide for our families.
Exactly.
And the things they divide us with, and the things that get everybody riled up, the things that really don't matter, because at the end of the day, if we were all in the same room together, we'd come to a common ground so fast. But then the stuff that, like, they really do screw us with, they've got us so focused on the other stuff that no one comes together to really rile up and revolt against the things that are actually hurting us.
Yeah. No, yeah, yeah. Well, good points, mate.
So we're all getting screwed the same way.
Indeed.
So
back to gaming. Who's out of you now? Your year platinum count between you and Tricky. Who's up on platinums this year?
I think he just passed me. I think he's up now.
I was going to say I thought it was close.
I think this is my 4th this year.
Or in a year. What have you been doing?
He's off spam.
I'm playing real games.
Right, hold on. Let me.
Dude, it's so funny because they took away our spam platinums.
No, that's not an excuse. I'm going to read off mine now.
They took off our spam platinums, and it's almost like it crippled us. We both got less legit platinums than we've ever gotten in previous years.
Yes. Well, I mean, to be fair, I dedicated like 4 months to playing the division, which I can't even get a trophy in. But I take that back. I got I finally popped the last trophy for the division and got 100% on it. Yeah, I'm looking up my platinums right now to see how many I got this year.
Oh my gosh.
What counts as legit?
Anything that I earned this year.
No, but in terms of what you get, does it have to be over a certain time? Does it have to be
anything over? I think it's anything over an hour counts. I think that's the rule, right, Daryl?
Yeah, well, that's kind of the starting rule. So anything over an hour, it can't come from Ratalaika or any of the companies that put out the spam plats. And then for Tricky, it gets a little more in the weeds because he was actually
the side bets.
Like he can't do. Yeah, he's got side bets and other things, so he can't even do like the Wales Interactive games or the stuff like that. Like he's got to play stuff that's a little more traditional in games. And then for me, it gets even a little weirder because I've got like this other weird rule where if I do play like a Wales Interactive style game, but the last 100 platinum achievers do it under like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Excuse me, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I think Rick and Garrett are the ones that made that rule.
Yeah, and that one's requires work on my end, so I just quit playing those games. It's just like I can't be bothered to look it up to see who's faster than me because it takes me so long to play games. So after CJ had suggested a game that didn't fall in those parameters, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play other stuff. That's a little bit extra.
He's allowed to play the same game twice on PS4 and PS5. Let's say Elden Ring. If you bought both copies, can you play as long as you don't auto pop?
Yes, you just can't reach the stack.
Yeah. And if they auto pop, I mean, I don't think we ever really address that too deeply, but I just don't think we acknowledge it.
No auto pop is allowed.
Okay, yeah. Because I think one of my games auto popped some trophies, but I didn't have the platinum, so I've still got.
All right,
50 plus hours on.
Dale, I got a question for you because I know you went back and played some of these games. Just tell me if you got the plat this year or not. The Playroom VR.
I think that was the first game I platinum this year. Maybe
Maneater
last year.
Did you get this year?
I think it was. No, I think it was this year.
Was that was January 1 or something like that?
January 2nd. See, the problem is that like the Playroom VR. It doesn't have a platinum, but it says you completed it in 2 years and 6 months. But like, you also got the platinum in Resident Evil 5, but it says you got the platinum in 1 year, 1 month. But I don't know if you got the platinum and just got DLC trophies.
No, so Resident Evil 5, I didn't get the platinum this year because I had the platinum already, but I started playing some of the DLC with my son. So I've got recent trophies in it.
Okay, well, the games that listed that you completed in 2022 are Playroom VR, Maneater, Bloodshore.
Yes.
I saw Black Clouds.
Yes.
The Sims 4.
Yes.
SpongeBob Hero Pants.
Yes.
The Complex.
Yes.
Miles Morales.
Yes.
Cat Lateral Damage.
Yes, that's the remastered.
Yeah, well
Spam?
that's 3 days and 47 minutes. So yeah, you had to do it this year.
Yeah,
Rift,
that one's a solid 8 hours for that one.
Rift Apart, you got this year.
Yep.
Minecraft, you got last year or a couple years ago.
Yeah, Minecraft's just extra trophies.
Twin Breaker,
Yes.
you got this year. Resident Evil 5, no. Onrush and Lego Marvel's Avengers.
Yep, those are on me.
All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 platinums this year. I have 5.
Okay, that's still a down year for both of us.
Yeah. I normally get 5 in a day.
I wouldn't be against that. I mean, I stopped doing spam trophies around May, I think it was this year. And for what you would consider legit platinum, I've only got 10 for the year.
Daryl, do you know your
How many
rarest
you got,
platinum?
Barry?
I'm sorry, what, Tricky?
Do you know your rarest platinum?
This year or in general?
Just in general.
It's probably Injustice 2, isn't it?
Injustice 2. And your rarest trophy was in Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Yeah, that one's got some sick, super rare trophies, but it's because
That
it was.
for that contest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
That
your,
comes around again in February, doesn't it? I think.
your rarest platinums are...
Yeah, I think so.
Your rarest platinums, Daryl, are Injustice 2, Umbrella Corps, Call of Duty Ghosts, Dying Light, Killer is Dead, Spec Ops: The Line, and Resident Evil 5.
Nice.
But
nice.
Resident
Those are
Evil
my
5
favorites.
is a 21.3, 31%, so...
Yeah, Resident Evil's not super rare, but like it's
Resident Evil 5's a hard platinum. It's not easy
the
to platinum.
professional difficulty is hard if you play by yourself.
Yeah.
For sure. So Spec Ops: The Line, in my opinion, Spec Ops: The Line is probably the most difficult platinum I've ever gotten, because that FUBAR difficulty is just a war of attrition. It's just you die until you progress far enough to die somewhere else. Like that game, you just die over and over and over and over and over. But I quite enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it doesn't show me my rarest platinums. It only shows me my rarest trophies.
Your
Yeah.
rarest is DC Online, isn't it?
Yeah.
My rarest
Thank you
trophy
for
is the
DCU.
platinum for DCUO, which is 0.87%. And then I have a trophy. The only other trophy I have under 1% is the one I used to win the trophy war the first year with.
Yeah, the Jackbox games or
Yeah.
whatever.
I purposely waited until the last day to get those.
That's smart, man.
If I lose you, I'm going in a bad reception area in a minute. So if I lose you, I'm not being rude. I would have cut out there.
Daryl, I thought you were part of the Discord already,
I think I was at one point in time.
and then you left.
I cleaned out my Discord a year or two ago of like all the rooms I was in that wasn't really getting a lot of conversation back and forth.
Gotcha.
And I might have just left this one unintentionally. So, but I know most of the time when we use Discord, you're in ours as well. So we've used both. So
Yeah, well,
I tried to my Discord because I get so many notifications from the different rooms, and I really don't talk in many of them. So I just tried to clean it up one day, and I probably just left this one.
No, that's fine. I just
I think you need to rename some of the threads in yours, Tricky. Because it's not clear in your one which to post in which thread to post in as the like just for something general.
well, it just says community, but I could rename it.
Yeah, it might be easier.
just-
That's one I tend to put in. Is just community.
Well, I mean, nobody really talks in our Discord, which I want to get started back up because I think we have good discussions, but you know, there's certain people who are going to go nameless that don't even turn on Discord because they don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Our Discord this past year, our Discord's been a lot more steady, and there's been a lot of good conversation in there. So, I think what we're doing, and this is not necessarily intentionally, but I'm really kind of seeing the pattern, is a lot of the hardcore community that has been with us for a long time and conversates with us on a regular basis. They kind of tend to lean towards the Discord more, and then a lot of the video game collectors that we've come across and met over the years, and a lot of the, I guess, more casual listeners of the show have joined the Facebook group, and they're commenting there more often now. So, and posting in there more often. So it's been pretty cool to have almost two different types of conversation going between the groups.
Yeah, I'm still flabbergasted over the text I sent you earlier.
Which one was that one?
The don't ever talk to me again.
Oh, yeah. That one, that was a little out of left field, but you win some and you lose some there, brother. You can't please everybody. All you can do is be the best version of you can, and if they like it, they do. If they don't, they don't. So,
I've just looked. I'm on 33 platinums for the year.
man, that's killer, dude. Tricky, I do apologize for bailing on you last night.
Dude, it's fine. I got an hour and 10 minutes to go right now. I think the last hour is just gonna be us talking. I'm done playing video games.
I think the last hour's already been us talking.
Yeah. Hey, it looks like though when I jumped in, man, it looks like you had a good crew of guys having some killer conversation, man.
Well,
so like
you jumped in, I was like, this is the
last leg of the event is always the hard part. So.
The best part is you jumped in. I went, wow, he's jumping in at the exact conversation.
Yeah. Well, I tend to stay away from those conversations, but like seem like right now, and I mean, I'm hearing it from other countries too, from other people I associate with. Everyone's just getting the raw end of the deal. We're all in this stuff together, whether we realize it or not, So.
I just gone past an accident on the dual carriageway. 3 fire engines, 2 ambulances, 2 police cars. Car is absolutely.
Help the people are okay.
So Daryl, I was having a conversation with the guys. I'm getting a wild hair up my ass thinking like maybe we take a trip out to the UK in like July or August and have like a meetup.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I know the wife and I are talking about going to see Gareth and his family on our next big family vacation. I know him and his wife were talking about all of us going to Greece or something together, and we were like, man, that sounds really good.
Listen, if you guys go to Greece, let me know because the goddess wants to go to Greece.
Yeah, man.
When are you going there? Who's going to Greece? I missed that car.
No, we're the wife and I are talking about coming and visiting you and Katie. So,
we're going there next year.
Yep.
We're going.
So we're talking about it. I can tell you what though, man, I can't go anywhere if they don't lighten up on these interest rates and I can't sell some houses. This past 2 months has been hard.
Friday we just had our biggest jump up in interest rates since 9.
Yep. Same here. Tuesday we had another 3/4 of a point increase, and we just had a 3/4 of a point increase, and they're saying in December they're going to do it again. Ain't nobody gonna buy no houses over here.
9.
Oh, you know what, Daryl?
5% it went up again.
Yeah.
UK interest rates, US interest rates, and we're having the same thing down here, down under. The housing market's collapsing because the interest rates are too high. Same thing everywhere.
Yeah,
we're all screwed.
We're all screwed. Hey guys, no matter what you believe in life, we are all getting screwed together. There's no reason to be divided over any issue because the same people that divide us bend us over and take it to us every day. It sucks. Yeah, like I had in the last week of October, I had 4 housing deals that I was working on, right? Yeah. And 3 out of the 4 all went down for various reasons once the interest rates went up, and then I had 1 fall through this past week. So it's just like I lost 4 deals in a row.
Are they pulling mortgage offers over there?
Yeah, they're a lot of people are backing out because by the time they got started to the time they're ready to go.
I've been having a couple of meetings with a couple of estate agents, and they're struggling at the moment. I know November, December is always quiet in the house market anyway, but over here, but
apparently Logan Paul suffered.
Trying to sell a phone system to them.
Apparently Logan
justify spending the money. Yeah.
What are you saying, Tricky?
Apparently Logan Paul suffered a torn meniscus, ACL, and MCL last night at Crown Jewel.
Dang, Tribal Chief got him. So check it out, right? So I was talking to a couple of my real estate agent partners, and we were talking about just how the market stuff. A lot of these guys have like, we've already started, making phone calls for companies in India on collecting credit card money that's owed. So like a lot of our real estate agents have already found side jobs calling, just kind of calling debt, consolidators and stuff. Yeah, because like everyone's scared to buy right now.
It's expected to crash even more.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why I started flipping games on eBay. I got to do something. But nah, it'll bounce back. Eventually, they'll damage this thing so much that when it comes back in a good way. I hope. If not, I'll be working at the market. I had a good run.
What state people's finances will be in when it gets there, though?
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. That's another problem we're having. It's like, okay, some people are willing to take a bad interest rate because we'll just refinance it later. The problem is everything costs so much they don't have any money anymore. So like now there's no money to put down to buy a home.
Same in the UK. I mean, in the UK, I think the panic at the moment is we're coming into winter and our gas and electric bills, no one really knows where they're going to be.
Yeah.
Because our gas and electric is going up by, and I don't mean gas for your car, I mean literally gas to turn on a gas appliance in your house. It's going up by that much that people are panicking to death about, like, old people aren't putting their central heating on. It's horrific in this country for that.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
What's your direct debit now, Dupes, for gas and electric?
My last one went up from, I can't remember whether, I'm pretty sure it was for the quarter, it was like 500, and now it's 1,700.
Goodness.
Is it as much as that?
Yeah. I work from home, so you've got to account for a little bit of that because I work for the government. But so you've got to account a little bit of I am home more, so maybe the central heating's on, and I'm constantly using a laptop. But that's nothing in terms of your gas and electric usage. But yeah, I think the majority of people have gone up by 3 and 4 times.
Yeah, my electric went up from, I was paying like $90 a month. It's now at $215 a month.
This is what happens, though. This is what happens when you vote in a political party that's sold off all your at-home electrical and gas suppliers. They said that we own part of one, and they sold it off. The French bought part of one, and now they've got virtually no increases in gas and electric.
Yep.
It's all down to who you're voting in constantly. You got to vote with your head and not with your heart.
That's right, dude. That's so right. And that's the problem. And the worst part is this: everyone forgets. It's like they forget that this happened last time.
100%. Well, if you think about the political party we've got in the UK, Gareth will remember this. He might not be old enough to be impacted on it, but his mum and dad would have been. Political party we've voted in because of Brexit, the same party that brought in poll tax and tax you on your property and sent old people to prison, and yet people still voted for him. It's manic. It's craziness. But
the thing is, there's not any. They're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, there's no better alternative.
The parties, they've had different policies, but they're more intent on saying what's right for them to get in power rather than what's right for the country.
They're all career politicians, Gareth. So what they're not real people anymore. This is why should be like. You should go back to somewhere like when you look at ancient Greece and stuff like that, where it was more of a jury service type thing, where you voted in for a 2-year period. You're not paid hundreds of thousands of pounds, and you're not taking hundreds of thousands of pounds of backhanders. You do your 2 years jury service, working in the government, voting on what public should impact the public, and then you move on, and you're never that incestual relationship with the people who you're sort of dealing with.
Yep.
Yeah. You'd have more respect if they. No, I'd have more respect for them if one day the leader of the Labour Party or the opposition just said, "Now, fair play, that's a good policy. We agree with that one." But they never do. They'll pick holes in something that's tiny or minute, just to try and cause an argument or to cast doubt.
Yep.
If they came out, Gareth, mid-general election and said, "Do you know what? We're going to fuck you over, but we're going to fuck you over less than they are."
Yeah.
You know what? At least the politicians telling the truth.
That's right. That's a policy I can get behind.
Listen, we're gonna fuck you over, but
the other team, but still,
we're gonna fuck you over, but we're gonna fuck you over less than the other guy does, and you'll be better for it.
Yeah.
I'm shooting now. I've just got back. I'm gonna catch the second half of Harry's football now, so I'll catch you guys later.
Gareth, it was good talking. Good hearing from you. Take it easy, bud.
In a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
That's so funny. Oh, what a mess. We're all screwed.
But this trick is shit you can't talk about in a gaming podcast. Because they'll get you, man. They'll get you.
That's right.
Listen,
Gosh.
I just like we were reflecting earlier about tricky thoughts, and it's like what angered me most about the fact that I had to cancel and delete that show was the whole show was premised on people not being able to have conversations, and then when it came to our show, it was like nobody even listened to it, and we were already having fights. So it was like it kind of defeated the whole purpose.
Well, there's two things, right? There's two things you could do. All right, and you gotta want to deal with the nonsense to break through it. But there's two things, right? A, don't delete it, don't apologize for it, and then number two would be you freaking the people that are not the ones that are gonna argue that are not gonna listen to it anyways. You just freaking get them out of there. Just boot them, even if they're your own people. Yeah, because when you want something and you believe in it. You got to get rid of the dead weight, and
or separate it to a totally different forum.
There you go. Yeah, put it somewhere different.
Well, see, that's the thing is I put it on the Patreon, but I only put the post that we had a Patreon post in the Trophy Wars group because the community I wanted the community to see it. I wasn't trying to have that conversation inside the Trophy Wars group, which is what happened, and it turned into a big fight.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not everyone's going to be as level-headed, and like that's always going to be a thing. You got some people, that's their job, that's what they do. Like, and I know specifically one of the people. I mean, like Frosty, one of the guys he argues everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He'll
it doesn't
argue
matter what side of the fence
blue.
he stands on. He's gonna fight, and if he sees the opportunity to clash with somebody in a Facebook group, he's not like that in real life though. And that's what I was talking about earlier. No matter what side of the fence you stand on, when we're in a room together, you can come to a common ground, and a lot of that is just because natural human interaction. Okay, I might have an opinion on something, and I might sound passionately when I type that up, but realistically, in person. When I say, hey, I have this said belief, maybe I don't come off as brash and as harsh. Maybe it's like, wow, you know what? Not only did he say his stance, but he also gave some genuine background as to why he feels a certain way. I can understand that position. When we're just typing messages at each other, we don't have context. We don't have human interaction.
The problem with what you just said, though, Daryl, is the fact that what you just said is logical and makes a lot of sense, and you're absolutely right. But the problem is that we can never get to the point where you're able to say your full piece and your full point, to make your point, to allow the other person to have time to either agree or disagree. They immediately jump on points that you said that doesn't necessarily jive with them, and they don't let you explain why you feel that way. You may have a genuine reason. It's like I told my daughter's mother all the time. It's like, at the end of the day, like me and you, we don't agree. That's why we're not together anymore. But we have to have a conversation. At the end of the day, we don't have to agree with each other. What's more important is that we have an understanding of where the other person is coming from on the logic of why they made that decision. And that's what I think we really lack in today's society, is that nobody's willing to listen to the other person because everybody just wants to clash. In real life, people are becoming keyboard warriors in real life. They don't want to take the time to listen to somebody else.
I don't think society likes that trick. I think what's a little bit amiss there, and to sort of give you the tiniest bit of feedback, and don't take it the wrong way. I think because you weren't necessarily saying, look, listen to this, it's related to Trophy Horse. It was dropped in a gaming podcast Facebook site. So you've got people there who know you as Tricker, who know you as someone who they can sort of rib and take the piss out of and sort of needle to the point where you'll rage about gaming. And then when you throw in such a serious topic like that, they're immediately turned off by that because you can't laugh and joke about it. And so they were immediately, whereas if you built Tricky Thoughts podcast as its own thing, and actually put it into a group where people were interested in having open-minded conversations, you'd have probably got a very, very different reaction, because they're people who want to listen, who want to engage in those type of conversations. Whereas that post on that Facebook site were people who were never going to respect you talking about those subjects.
But see, and I'm with you on that, but this isn't the first time that I've been on a podcast and had these kind of conversations. I've had these conversations at other people's shows and advertised them, and there was never this kind of backlash. You asked Donnie.
because this was a paid version on the Trophy Horse website. Do you know what I mean? This is an attachment to Trophy Horse, because you were paying for, whether it was $1 or $10, you were paying for this additional content, which most people, 99% of, if you put a poll out there today on Facebook, what additional content would you want to be related to? 99% of that feedback would be, unless they're licking your ass and kissing your ass, they would tell you it was gaming. They'd want something, they want more of the same, because that's what they've signed up for. Whereas if you want to talk about real life, political, religious content, then you've got to put that out there as that. That's my opinion. I don't agree with it. I think everyone should be big enough to maybe sit down and say, that's why I wouldn't do that episode with you, because I could never listen to people say, well, this is bullshit, you don't know anything about this sort of stuff. I just couldn't do it. I'd just be like, fuck off. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't tolerate sitting down with someone and saying, well, you don't know what it's like talking about our problem. I'd be like, just fuck off. I couldn't sit and listen to that, but it is what it is, mate. You're never going to get it. No one's ever going to always agree with you.
Right, and it's like me and Felicia were talking earlier about like we were talking about the backlog beatdown. Like I said, like no matter what, if me, Daryl, Kalai, JT, and people, we all sat down and we came up with like what we think is a fair set of rules. There's going to be somebody somewhere that's going to say, this such and such rule is bullshit. You cannot have this. You're never going to please everybody.
And if you think that's any other reason than the fact that's not people just trying to make life difficult, then you're more deluded than I would ever. That's not because your rules are shit or the competition shit. You're gonna get positive feedback. Positive feedback is someone coming to you and saying, "Look, Tricker, I really like this competition. But have you ever thought, instead of doing it this way?" When someone puts in a Facebook chat, it's shit, it don't make sense. That's someone being a dick.
Right, you're not wrong.
I agree.
What you want is constructive criticism of saying, look, I really like the idea, and that's why you'll never see my name in any of these backlog beatdowns or trophy things, because all you're going to get is shit. You're always going to get shit until people sort of put aside the fact that they're just like tiny little trolls in a big world. Like, you're never going to get that. You're never going to get it. Not like the community's fantastic, really supportive, and you've got some of the nicest people I've ever met in this community. But unfortunately, there are a lot of trolls as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen,
lovely people, and including the trolls in that. Like some of the biggest trolls, like Homer, hate to pick on him. And if this is recorded, Homer, I don't dislike it. It's not me picking on you. Massive troll, loves it. Clearly, winding people up. Was one of the first people when I went missing to message and say, "Are you okay? Then just speak to me." Was one of the first people. So obviously got a heart of gold. Really nice fella, but will immediately troll you at the drop of a hat.
Oh, absolutely. I actually had a conversation with Homer and Nitro, and I was like, listen, I don't mind being trolled. Like, I don't mind a troll. What I mind is that every single interaction is a troll. If we can't have a conversation about The Last of Us without you saying The Last of Us sucks, then I don't want to have a conversation with you. Hold on one second. The goddess is here.
You're good. A duplex, I agree with you. Or dudes.
That's why you can't have real conversations though, because you control someone over gaming. It's harmless. There's no harm. Got no foul cause. But when you're having a real conversation about real things, you can't troll people, and some people just can't handle that. You're never going to get away with it in that group.
Yep. That's why I try to keep that stuff out of the loot bros. I mean, every now and again.
I love the idea of triple bars, thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was an
I think it's-
absolutely.
yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic idea. The name alone is catchy enough to make it. a
Oh,
podcast.
absolutely. It makes it's great branding. Yep.
But you're never going to do it there. You're never going to be able. It should be taken, diverted away from it, and just be taken to its own platform.
Yep, I 100% agree with you. I think you're spot on. He'll do it eventually. He won't. He's been trying to do this for years.
He should do it. He should do it because it's only sort of like I love the game and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's only so far. Like you've got your audience to be made. It'll grow. It'll shrink. It's never going to be. And if you're not 100% happy just doing that, you do want to do other stuff. You have to try something else.
Yep, 100%, man. So, yeah, I tend to save all that stuff, the serious stuff, for real life. I do
Yeah.
I've jumped on some other shows and had some of those conversations, but I mean, I spent a lot of time working in the church and I'm a coach and I do a lot of, I have enough serious conversations with people in real life to where, you know, for me, let's just do gaming. Let's just get away from all the serious stuff.
My job, my day job, I'm a social worker. So
Okay.
I work with like sort of, I don't know what it's called in America. Tricky did tell me, like child protection services.
Yep.
CPS, yes.
My day to day is full of that shit. So it's not something like you want to sort of carry on too much as well. So I get it. But not going to be the place for that.
All right. Pause 1 second. I just want to give a shout out to the goddess who just donated $50 to Extra Life.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Still waiting on your donation there, Daryl.
I get a sub.
Yeah, well,
My donation money dried up with Joe Biden's policies. So
listen,
I'm gonna have to,
you owe $120.
I don't owe 120 nothing.
Yes, you do.
No, I didn't spam.
I have to do 120 to your page. You have to do 120 to my page.
No, that's if we spam, you go to the other person. If you don't, it goes to your own. That was the deal. That was the whole point. If not, I would have spammed day one. I would have said, screw this. Here's $10. I'm out.
No. There's two separate bets going on.
Okay, so there's the whole thing was $10 a month for a year. Okay, so
Right, so
12.
you hold on, but there's two bets. One bet was you making a bet against me that if I last 100 of the year, you put $120 towards my Extra Life page. If you lost, oh shit, I'm dying. Not paying attention. If I lost, I had to donate to your page. The same bet in reverse. So we've made it 10 months at this point, and we agreed that if we didn't spam by Extra Life, we'd donate to our pages.
Yeah, but it was, if you go back and listen to it, it was to our own, like, if we win, we don't donate to the other person, we donate to our own page. If we lose, we donate to the other person. Losing was the only way to donate to the other person, which was the incentive to not do it.
Okay, you're right about that. So I have to donate 120 to my page, you have to donate 120 to your page?
That was the original intentions. Yeah.
Okay, so you donate whenever, and I'll just donate to mine.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm not spam. I thought about breaking. I thought about coming out. I really did until I fell ill.
What you talking about spamming
I
today?
thought about coming on to Extra Life and just spamming like a madman and just blowing it all out of the water, being funny. But then I didn't. I did not feel good yesterday.
All right, well,
I felt terrible too because my wife's like, "Are you gonna tell your friends that you're bailing on them?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't want to bail." I was like, "I don't feel good." And like, I was like, "I need to just lay down for a little bit." And then Kalai reached out. She's like, are you joining us?" I'm like, "No, I'm not feeling. I am not feeling."
Yeah, I made the remark. You said what Discord? I told you what Discord. You never looked at the message to say you probably just passed out on his couch.
I did. I fell right asleep because I went to go flip over and look, and I was just gonna put my headset in and just kind of chat with you guys while I was laying down.
Right.
And then I'll tell the story. I'll tell it here. I'm gonna tell it again on the Loot Bros. So
if it's gross,
it's very good. It's very good. Yeah.
Then save it because this is the child's charity stream.
It's gross. Yeah.
No,
So-
tell it.
I don't want to hear you about you
twist
twisting pants.
his arm. So check it out. So like we're doing.
Yeah, you
this-
really
we're
twisted
doing
his
this-
arm there, dupes.
We're doing this fitness program and this diet called E2M. Okay, and essentially, yeah, it's good. It's really good. So I've lost 53 pounds since May. And so what it is this. It's intermittent fasting. So you fast for 16 hours a day. and you got to eat really clean, lean meals, lean meats or whatever, and then vegetables, and then certain weeks you can have certain fruits and stuff like that. And then once a week you can have what they call a celebration meal, where you can eat what you want.
A cheat meal.
A cheat meal, essentially, yeah. So what we did was we decided to have our cheat meal last night, and we weren't going to. We were going to have a cheat meal tomorrow, or technically today, yeah, because we had it early because of Halloween. So we wanted to make sure we went the full 7 days. But my son had someone spending the night. Both my kids had their friends over. And we're like, you know what? Let's take them out to go eat pizza. I'm like, awesome. There's this pizza buffet down the road from my house. We went to go eat pizza. I've been craving pizza anyways. So I was like, yes, let's go. I really, really, really want pizza. So we go eat this buffet, and I mean, it is slamming. I am just pounding down pizza, having just the time of my life. And we're sitting there, and I'm like, we got drinks. And I went to go refill my drink. I took the top off, and lining the inside of my cup were the legs of like roaches.
Oh.
Yes. So I've been sitting there drinking Diet Coke with roach legs in my cup.
Oh God.
And this was at it's called CC's Pizza. It's not far from my house.
If you told me it was CC's, I knew there was a problem right off the start.
Well, our CC's is not too bad. It's like there's some around that are pretty clean and pretty well taken care of.
I've never seen a CC's in my life that was decent.
It was dead, yeah. It was just the legs, though. It wasn't the whole body. So God only knows what I actually drank. All right, so check it out, right? So, you know how you have like your fear of spiders?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm that way with roaches. Now, granted, I don't jump away from them. It's not like an instinctive like flight, but like it's like skin peeling, disgusting. Like I feel grossed out when I see them. Right? I don't like roaches. I think they're nasty. Dude, when I saw that in my cup, like I was in shock. It ruined my freaking day.
I hope you got your money back.
I was so grossed out. What's up?
I hope you got your money back.
You know what? Normally, if something happened, I would have gone and made a stink and got my money back. Dude, I got up, I dumped my stuff out, and I left. I wanted to go brush my teeth. I wanted to wash my mouth out. I was so grossed out, dude. When my wife saw me open my cup, she's like, what? I was like, we need to leave.
Oh, did you not say it because your kids were there?
I did, yeah, because we had kids and we had other kids. Yeah, I didn't make a big deal about it. I was just like, but you know what? I was kind of like I said, a little bit in shock. I was like, I cannot believe I have never in my life experienced something so nasty. Like that was
I've got
awful.
to be honest, you're a better man than me. I don't know if I'd reacted that kindly.
I would have lost my shit.
Yeah, I think someone would have been eating that cut.
Well, here's the thing, right? So I like to think I would have been stern or done, in the moment, I don't know. I just freaking like, I can't believe that's in there. I can't believe that just happened. I've never experienced anything like that. Now, one time before, I was eating at this place called Sonic, and they have what they call their ultimate meat and cheese burritos. So it's like a giant breakfast burrito, like really, really thick. And it's filled with sausage, bacon, ham, eggs, and cheese, and tater tots. And I used to eat those every morning before work, right? I'd get me a nice 44-ounce Diet Coke and a big old breakfast burrito. And one morning, I bit into it, and when I pulled my mouth away from the burrito, this giant, like probably 2-foot-long hair was stuck in my teeth, and it was like wrapped around the egg and everything in the burrito. I freaking lost it. I was so grossed out. I've never been back. I thought I was just disgusting. And to that point, I actually quit eating like fast food. Like I just don't even get fast food. If I could eat anything that's like, I don't go to Wendy's, McDonald's, anything like, I'll go to like a Chick-fil-A maybe occasionally, but even then it just ruined like fast food for me. And this just killed pizza, like the pizza buffet. Anyways, I'm like, man, that's just I can't ever do that again. That was so gross.
I've never been to a CC's where it was clean, ever.
Yeah, there's one the one by my house is it's the traffic is so high, the volume of people going there so high that like it's not the cleanest restaurant, but they always have an A, and there's never ever been anything that grossed me out there before, you know. There's one in a town called Orangeburg, about 45 minutes away from me. That one is like super clean, which I didn't expect because not everything else in the area around it is clean. That one is super clean. And there was one in Myrtle Beach, about 4 hours away from me, that was, you know, pretty clean as well. So I've never been in one that was like a total dump. But dude, that was awful. That was awful. And I know what it is. Well, I think I know what it is because all I did was obsess over it last night and just turned my stomach, dude. I had to go lay down. Their ice maker, they were dumping these giant buckets of ice into it. It wasn't like producing ice in like a closed system.
Right.
And I think that there were just, you know, dead bugs in their buckets or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what it was, but it was disgusting and I'll never eat there again. It just ruined my stomach, dude. I was so...
I don't know how you were so calm. I would have lost my shit.
Yeah, I'm not an aggressive person, but I don't think that would have gone the way that restaurant wanted it to go.
That's not
and maybe I should have, but you know what? I was just sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I need to get out of here. I want to go. I need water. And the thing was, I didn't want to drink anything else in the building. I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to slam some water. I need to get because you know how it is. You start thinking about stuff. Now everything in my mouth felt like it was something nasty. So I just got to get out of here. I was like, I need to brush my teeth. I need to vomit all this up. Like, I need to get cleaned, and I need to just, I don't know, man. Like, I was like, we're leaving. Let's go. And when I told my wife what it was, she was just completely grossed out too. But of course, it's not the same because, you know.
Didn't happen to her.
Bro, it was nasty. It was effing disgusting. I was so upset. But I mean, again, I didn't show out. I didn't make a big, I just left. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't handle it correctly, but
you know what the moral of the lesson is, Daryl? This is karma for putting pineapple on your pizza.
I did. I had ham and pineapple pizza too.
It's karma. Karma bit you in the ass. Karma bit you in the ass, sir.
I don't know about that.
Hey, so check it out. So we had I did that vendor show yesterday, right? Where I set up as a vendor at a video game store.
Games.
Yeah. So I've never been a vendor before. I've never set up a table and sold games. And I got like I got 500 Loot Bros podcast business cards made up with like the little QR code on the back that you can scan and it takes you to all of our stuff. And of course, and so what I did was I set up, my brother and I, set up outside the store, and we were like selling games and meeting people and passing out business cards and all this stuff. And we had a blast, dude. We were out there. I was only going to be out there a couple hours so that I could, you know, get up to so I could get on for ExtraLife. We ended up being there like a whole day. I was there for like 10 to, I didn't get back till like 4. And we got there early. We actually probably set up around 9:30. But we were hanging out with the dude, and the dude, he owns this overstock bin store, and he has a gaming store on the side of it. So he was like, man, we need to get you guys to come over here and do some like live podcasting from the store. We'll do like a whole event around it, you know. He's like, I'll be on the, he's like, he's going to come on my show and kind of talk or whatever. And he just told me his whole story, dude, of how he got started. And now he's buying truckloads of overstock items from like Targets and Walmarts and Amazon and stuff. It's crazy, dude, like how super successful this guy is and how he made this amazing like store and how he's doing it. So anyway, so I was buying and selling and trading with him when I was done, right? Because everything that I brought out there that didn't sell, I traded into the store, and he gave me like, he gave me credit for being there, like, excuse me, he gave me like vendor in-store credit or whatever, and then he gave me like really good trading prices, like essentially just rounded up, you know, to the nearest 100 whenever I trade a bunch of stuff in. And so, like, I freaking got, let's see here, 8 PlayStation Vita games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PSP games in the box. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 8 the loose PSP games. I got a couple PS3 and PS4 games. Like, dude, I got so much stuff. Like after I made a few $100s, you know, and I even was able to buy another one of my Grail games. I was able to buy like a game that was on my list of things I'm out hunting for in the wild. So it was a good experience up until I ate a bug.
Karma. That's karma.
Yeah. Oh, the whole point of me, I'm sorry, the whole point of me telling you this was this. So he bought us all pizza. He fed all the vendors. And there was only there was only 5 of us out there because it rained and like 3 or 4 people canceled. But we were in a covered area, but eventually you were going to run out of covered space. So originally there was supposed to be like 10 or 12 vendors out there, and only 5 of us actually show up because it rained all morning. Well, he brings in pizza. And this is, I don't know the name of the restaurant because I had never seen it before, but it was like New York style, like large slice pizza. And he brought in a stack of like probably 8 or 10 pizzas, right? And he fed the vendors, which I said no because it wasn't time for my cheat meal. Although I really wish I would have done it. Well, but I did ask. I was like, just out of curiosity, what did you get? He goes, oh man, I got pepperoni, I got cheese. He goes, and I got Hawaiian ham and pineapple. I was like, my man, yes, he knows how to take care of the freaking people.
Come on. That's just like a blasphemy
Yes.
for pizza.
See, I don't mind Hawaiian trick.
I love it.
Pineapple
bored of
does not
Hawaiian.
belong on freaking pizza. Understand?
Hey, so
Tricky, I'm sorry, I also like Hawaiian.
yeah, see.
Oh
see,
my
there we go.
God.
So hey guys, so I'm gonna go visit Tricky in the coming year. Okay, I'm not exactly sure when, but I know my wife and daughter really want to go to New York. And I told her, I said, if we go, I was like, we got to do a pizza tour, and I was like, we got to at least have one night where Tricky and I get to go to dinner or something. And I'm telling you right now, Tricky, when I come to New York, we're gonna go to the best. You're gonna tell me what the best pizza places are, preferably with no bugs in the drink cups.
Yeah.
And
I can't
and
promise
you-
that it's New York after all.
Yeah, well, I gotta worry about rats there, not so much roaches. But we're gonna have some Hawaiian pizza together. It's gonna happen.
I'm telling you.
You give me the best slice of whatever it is out there, and then also I want you to eat some pineapple on the pizza with me.
Well, see, that's going to be a problem because New York does not make Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, I bet we can find it.
Let me rephrase. Any pizzeria is not going to make Hawaiian pizza. If you go to like Papa John's or Pizza or something like that, they'll make Hawaiian, but they're not real New York pizza.
All right, well, I want real New York pizza. I want to experience the best New York has to offer.
Do you want to honestly know like one of the best pizzerias in New York?
I've heard it's called Joe's.
Yeah, it was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've heard it's Joe's Pizza. So I've had the best Detroit has to offer. I've had the best that Florida has to offer, and I've had the best that Chicago has to offer. So and I've had the best at Connecticut that Joey Garlick's New England New Haven.
Thank you for
style
getting the
pizza.
goddess on that because she won't shut up about it now.
Dude, that place is amazing. Like you guys that's not a long drive for you guys.
No, I think it's fairly close to where she lives.
Yeah, you gotta go, man. Go out there, take her to dinner to Joey Garlick's. Get their eggplant fries.
Oh my god.
I don't like eggplant, okay? But what they do is that's like deep fry. It's like cheese sticks essentially, but they make you like a little teepee of eggplant fries, and they sprinkle like fresh grated Parmesan on top of it. Dude, it's really good.
I'm about to put the goddess on here so you can gross her out.
She doesn't like eggplant, or she doesn't like.
Goddess. Hey. Goddess.
She's like, I'm going to Joey Garlick's. I'll be back.
Hey.
She eating a
I
Hawaiian
can't say your
pizza.
government name.
Yeah, she's in there putting fresh pineapple on her pizza.
Holy
Oh, have you seen, Daryl, how expensive some PS3 games are now?
They are getting expensive, man.
I've got some rare random games.
So,
Like the PS3 Godzilla Steel.
oh, dude, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've got my copy of that.
I sold my.
Mine's that European copy. It's a bit of a rare one, apparently.
Yep, it is really expensive.
So I picked up Godzilla for PS4 in a. I paid $100 for a bundle, and I bought this guy's PlayStation 4 off of him, and it was like I think about 10 games. And it had like I had all the Kingdom Hearts, Horizon, a couple odds and ends, and then it was Godzilla. Well, I had it for a while. I just let it sit on my shelf. I had already beat the game, and the trophies are glitched, so I couldn't get the platinum. So, there's some really buggy trophies in that game.
All right,
I did
Daryl.
not experience a single buggy trophy in the entire game.
Daryl, the goddess is on the headset, so she can hear you now.
Hey, what's up, Tina? How you doing?
Hey, no government names.
My bad, goddess. What's up? Hey, so I'm trying to tell Tricky to take you out to dinner to Joey Garlic's and get you some of that New Haven style brick oven pizza and some eggplant fries.
Last time he was up, I tried to take him. I've also been to the original Joey Garlic's in West Haven. It's right by my cousin. So when I'm there, that's where we always get food from. Their sweet potato fries.
Oh man, I bet. I tried their eggplant fries, which are essentially like giant,
they
mozzarella
do,
sticks.
Yeah, but they do the zucchini ones too.
Really?
Oh, shut up with the shit. It's mozzarella.
That place is good. That place is
good.
real good.
Yes, I admit. And now with it's actually they're on Sunday. We just passed because my niece is just Halloween.
Okay.
Birthday party. Chicago deep style dish.
Yeah.
So, and he's sitting there ranting and raving about it. And I'm just it's like, you haven't been to Pizzeria, the Chicago Grill, that's their style.
Yeah.
It was more like a small, deep dish square.
Okay.
Like if you cut it, it'll be like 6 large slices.
Jeez.
Cut it into tiny ones because it's birthday. So
Heck yeah.
they do make original one was a little mom and pop shop. No joke.
Next time I'm up there, I gotta go. Yeah, I've been telling Tricky for years he needs to go eat there, and then now since you live not far from there, I mean, he's got to get off of it. He's got to go. That place is great. But you know what's going to happen? By the time he goes now, we've talked about it so much. He's going to be like, oh, it's okay. I mean, Pizza Hut's better.
No, probably say Domino's is.
But just for the record, there's no such thing as Chicago style pizza.
Nah, man, dude. I went to Lou Malnati's in Chicago. Stuff's good. Stuff's real good. You saw those deep dishes I posted from I don't even remember the name of the place now in Florida. Those were some of the heaviest pizzas I've ever held. They were seriously like 6-pound pizzas. It was incredible. It was that was getting pretty casserole-y right there. So that place was
I
good.
live right maybe 10 minutes from downtown New Haven. There's some really nice places out there.
You should hear.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you got it. Tricky's got to stop being lame. He's got to go there. That's good.
Yeah, from your mouth to God's ears.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Oh, God,
So I've been telling him. I went in 2013. I had a business trip, and I was there for 2 weeks on 2 separate occasions. And so what I like to do when I go to travel to a new place is, and this is something my wife has really kind of inspired in me and got me turned on to doing, is go find a place to eat that you can't eat at home, not commercial. You know.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was we started asking the hotel staff and things hey, where can I go eat that I can't I can't get this anywhere else? They said Joey Garlic's. We're like, done. So we went to Joey Garlic's, and it was so good. We went back every night and tried something different.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. So.
Yeah, and that's where I live. Don't forget, I live maybe 10 minutes away from the hospital where I work over there.
Okay.
And the university is maybe another 5 minutes away. So when you're in downtown, right there in the heart, all you have to do is like just walk around and you're gonna find like all these different places. If it's Thai, if it's Asian, Spanish food, Italian food, and
There you go.
have the theaters right there. Like all around the campuses. There's like a few places that I really want to try, and but it's like finding the time and someone to go there with. I mean, it's just between work, it's just overwhelming right now because I'm preparing now for parent teacher conferences for 3 and 4 year olds.
Oh man.
Yeah, explain that one to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the stuff I'm now doing is a lot more than what I'm normally used to. I've been learning a lot because I would honestly wish that what they're using as a guidance for early childhood would have been implemented out here in New York in the daycare systems.
Okay.
Because it's part of their school readiness program that brings them into kindergarten and everything, and you hit all 5 domains, like for social studies, for science, for language and literacy, for health and development, for social, emotional, and it just like it guides you as an educator what to look for
Yeah.
when you're writing, when we do our observations, what naturalistically what a child should be doing from 0 to 3 months or 3 to 4 years old, and but like for social studies and science, that's completely different because that stuff doesn't start until you're 3, 4 anyway. But everything else, I really wish it was out here, and how what a lot of people don't understand when we do observations, we have to write it word for word how we see it from a child. We cannot put our opinion in it at all. Because if you write it, they're like, oh, I think, Tim threw the block at so-and-so because he felt angry at him because he took that other block away. You just can't write that. You can't
Right.
write your feelings in it. Because this helps us if a child has any kind of special needs or like language barriers. We could use this as a step stool to help bring to the parent, and then see if the parent is receptive enough and to come to terms like, hey, you know what, my kid needs the help. Through
Yep.
the 24 years of being a teacher in early childhood, I've seen so many parents who are complete denial, and it's like red flags everywhere, and everything is documented, and they don't want the kids' help. And once they go into public school, they come back and they're like, oh my God, they're forcing me to do this, they're forcing me to do that, they're saying this is the problem. Like, we've been trying to help you.
Yeah.
Because what parents don't realize is like early intervention, like it depends on the states, but I think up to before they turn, like once they hit 5, if everything is corrected before that, that file gets sealed, and they walk into kindergarten with a clean slate, and nobody knows, like if they had, a problem with speech or whatever, because it's been corrected ahead of time. Because then you go into public school and they do this, that case is open, that file, until like they enter college.
Yeah, I had a good friend of mine I grew up with, and his daughter had all the signs of autism.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in just complete denial. But she was nonverbal. I mean, and we went to the daycare that we put our kids into at that time. Was like they were very, very intentional at seeking that stuff out early.
Mm-hmm.
And the women that ran the place, they all had a very extensive background in special needs care and things of that nature. It just so happened they opened up a daycare program and were able to kind of see that early. And they were like trying to tell my buddy, and they were just not hearing it. Like they were not receptive to it at all. And my wife, who's she's a nurse, she's a very, very educated woman. Like she's got her credentials and initials are a mile long.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yep, yeah, I see this X, Y, and Z. This is telltale signs of this. And they were in denial. And then when it finally settled in, they're just like, why didn't this get caught sooner? And we're like, bro, they've been trying to help you for years.
Yeah.
So
That's the
there's
case.
there's some people out there, they can't.
I had a parent that I met 5 years ago out here in Staten Island when I was working at the daycare. And it just happened at the time that she brought in her daughter. Her son had just passed away. He got mixed in with the wrong crowd. He was only 12 years old, Daryl.
Jeez.
They couldn't find him. They found his bicycle one place. They found him found him walking around in somewhere else. She brought him home, fed him, gave him a shower. She went to wake him up the next day. He was gone.
Jeez.
To find out that the group of friends he was with gave him something. She had no clue. And because of child services, she was investigated and everything.
Dang.
So now she's got three, now a total of 3. If he was, mind you, I saw her last night, and her daughter, who has been dying to see me because she remarried the ex-husband and he took them 5 hours away out in Pennsylvania. So she's out there and she's all alone. So she's like, I gotta see you. So yesterday I called her just out of the blue, just to see how she's doing. And I asked her if she's out here, and she's like, get out of here. And we've been talking, the one right after her daughter that I had. She was telling me about things, and she's like, my daughter, I believe she's, on the spectrum. I was like, tell me what you see. Because with kids who are autistic, you can see it in their face. You can see it in their eyes, the shape of their eyes. And I sat there with her while we were talking one night on the phone. Just sending her sensory toys. Like, I was looking it up, and she bought everything. And I saw her last night, because when you take a child who's autistic out of their natural surroundings and you bring them to somewhere new, they have a much difficult time settling down.
Right.
Because it's out of routine. They need structure, they need a routine. And having a child who is autistic, you have to always remain calm. So if you feel like you're losing it, that's when you tap in to your husband or your wife or your partner, whoever that may be, and say, I need 10 minutes. Step in. So you can take a breather and not have that, to unleash that frustration onto the child. Because the child doesn't realize it, because they're not understanding. So, and she pulled out a manila envelope, and I was like, she goes, I like you. She goes, all I have to say is everything you said to me, you were spot on about my child.
There you go.
She goes, and everything you were telling me, she goes, because you did such an amazing job with my oldest daughter. She goes, I've been using that to work with this one. And she goes, it has helped out immensely. She is now getting proper help, child, because they out in PA, they won't give you the services unless it's documented from a doctor and say this is it.
Gotcha.
Which I find it's ridiculous. But then I also gave her, because they say she's did you say it was stage 2? And I looked at her and I was like, this is going to follow her for the rest of her life. She goes, I know. I was like, she's entitled to SSI disability because of her diagnosis. And she just looked at me. She goes, are you kidding me? I was like, you go, you save this up. Wow. Got documentation. I go and have her set up when she gets older. She looked at me. She goes, why? She's like, thank you for letting me. She goes, because I'm going to try. Because where I live right now in the building, at least a quarter of the building are people who are special needs. And they live in the apartments, they're grown-ups. So they go down the hill and there's, it's called Chapel. And so it's for anybody who's like autistic, Down syndrome, all that, And their counselor comes, they come to doctor's appointments, they assist them at doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, whatever. So, I was like, and I have explained it to her, I was like, there's places for as she gets older that's there for her. I was like, you just have to find the right channels for the daughter.
Yep.
So we have plans. She asked me if I'm going to, visit my mother at the cemetery. And I was like, yeah. She's like, do you mind if I come with you to Farmington today? And she goes, I want to take you so you can
Incoming hostiles detected.
and take home to the cemetery a little bit further up my mother to go to her son's gravesite. I was like, that's what you want, that's fine. She goes, I'm not interrupting or invading anything. I was like, absolutely not. Because you and I understand one another and we know what this group is like. So.
Sounds like a sad day ahead of you.
Oh no, not at all. Actually, she needs it because she's got nobody. She's in a very toxic relationship. He's a great father to the children, but them two together, no. It's not, meant to be. The first time and the second time it's even worse.
Dang. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. But I could say one thing about her husband. He's an amazing father to all 4 kids because even the son, who it wasn't his, he treated like his own.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that speaks a lot about his character and everything. But, sometimes people, they just don't mesh. And unfortunately, this is the situation.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah. That's funny. So my sister and her ex-husband are better now that they're divorced than they were when they were together. And it's crazy because we keep thinking they're gonna marry again because they're just kind of like they're so good together until they're married. Then they're so not great.
Yeah. I get it. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen on numerous occasions. Sometimes, you're better off just being friends than, and being there to help each other out as friends than it was, meant to be, together as a couple. Or, we're a couple, didn't work out and you split.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, Unfortunately.
They'll figure it out.
Exactly, they will. Absolutely. As long as you have a village behind you for support, you can make it.
There you go.
And for you and I would both say, and the good grace of God too.
That's right.
You heard that, right? You heard that?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I came down this weekend because next weekend I have an event at church that I found a church, by me. So like at least, the holidays, whatever I could go to. And I got somehow suckered into teaching Greek school.
There you go.
Yeah, and trust me, I was like, oh my God, the flashbacks are coming to me right now.
There you go.
And I hear you, but I'm not going to start right now with you.
Talking about Tricky. He needs to take his lady to a date at Joey Garlic's. That's what this is.
Yeah.
We gotta circle back around on that.
Yeah.
Need to pin him down for a time. It's like he needs to man up and take
We're
his
not
lady
saying
to
nothing bad.
Joey Garlic's. If there was something to do touristy wise, I would take my wife there. That's how much I love that place. I would go to Connecticut for something.
You hear the ignorance? I'm not taking you. You see, that's the problem. And this was a conversation we had last time.
Take yourself.
No, you need to take your lady. Stop being a chump.
He is a chump, but that's besides the point.
I'm a trophy chump.
But
Oh
no,
man, I'll be praying for you, Tina. You got a tall order on your hands right there.
it's called a 2-hour drive back.
Can I have my seat back now?
Oh, he's mad that I took his seat.
That's right. He didn't took the spotlight of what it is. we were having decent conversation
Right?
before. We're having excellent conversation now. So
You know, people are hearing you saying, I don't want to hear your nonsense.
I don't want to hear her nonsense.
that's right. You know what?
But you know
I
what?
want
This
to
is-
see. I'm gonna start a petition in the Trophy Horse group. This man takes his lady on a date
Oh, shoot.
to Joey Garlic's. That she deserves. At the very least, she deserves that.
You're just around the corner. You got 10 minutes.
There you go.
10
See?
minutes. All of you. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And you guys have done an amazing job
Yeah.
in the past 25 hours. I know the money
No,
has...
Daryl went to sleep because he was grossed out because he got.
I ate a bug. I had a nasty bug in my drink at a restaurant, and it made me sick.
He just told me what happened.
Yeah, it was awful. It was-
I think I would be in your position. I would have done the same thing.
yeah.
But no, what all of you do every year at this time of year for the children is amazing. I'll say that, and I'll give it to you. Like, it's. Shut up! I'm not only referring to Daryl. I'm talking about everybody.
Daryl fell asleep. He
Every-
doesn't deserve anything.
He can't let nobody have any. He wants all the spotlight.
Yeah. Gaslight
If
his
it ain't,
ass.
he can't get anything. It doesn't matter what he raises for Extra Life and what he does. He didn't take you to Joey Garlic's. He still owes. So
But it's as I have to admit, sometimes this gaming crap drives me nuts.
You better watch your mouth, lady.
Hold on a second. Can I finish my sentence?
that's right.
It drives me nuts to sit there and watch you and this chump on the other side of the mic
Listen here.
going at each other about trophy wars and stuff crap like that. I had to stop myself because I almost said the other word.
That's because he doesn't know who his trophy daddy is.
So it drives the significant others nuts. But when it comes to this time of the year where you all get together and do this, it says a lot, because I could tell you right now, if I brought up Extra Life up to anyone outside of the gaming community, I could guarantee you nobody knows what I'm saying.
I know. I get told all the time. I'm not paying you to play video games.
And I mean, where the center I work at is directly across from the hospital. Halfway up the block is the Ronald McDonald House and the Children's Hospital, right straight across from it. So I hear nothing but ambulances and the heliport all day long. So when we're outside and the kids hear the helicopter, there's a certain part in the playground they can run to, and they watch the helicopter land on top of the hospital and, take off at the end. It's
There
like
you go.
their highlight. Huh?
Somebody just donated, but my phone didn't go off.
Someone donated?
Yeah, I was in there. I promised Tricky.
Huh?
That's
I
right.
promised
See,
Tricky.
the goddess is getting all the donations now.
Thank
It
you,
wasn't
Felicia.
tricky.
Thank you, Felicia, for the $100 donation. It's truly appreciated.
No worries.
All right, guys.
Felicia's in Australia where they have huntsman spiders.
No. I have family in Australia, and they've been dying for me to go there, but I don't think I
Yeah.
could deal with those freaking spiders. No.
The huntsmen are the nice one. I keep telling Tricky, they're the ones you keep as pets. The redbacks and the whitetails you won't got to worry about, and the funnel webs.
It's so funny
It's-
because they have spiders as big as my Shih Tzu.
I know.
That's Queensland, though. That's up in the tropics of Queensland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're about the size of a dinner plate.
Now,
Some of them.
if I'm right,
Jeez.
I'm trying to remember.
But they're not dangerous. Those ones. It's the small ones that are dangerous. If they're big enough to go, oh my god, that's big. That's not dangerous. It's a little one in a little web.
Gotta go. I
It's
gotta
in a
take him
cone
out.
That'll kill you. And it's the little one with the white speckles that'll kill you. And it's the one with the red back that'll put you in incredible pain.
Dang.
Happened?
The big ones, they're good. They're your friends.
JT, thank you for subbing. Guys,
Well done,
I'm
JT.
gonna hand it back over to Tricky because shush your mouth, yo. I have a pity who's whining in the background that he really has to go out to walk and he's gonna drive mommy nuts.
There you go.
Enjoy your
Well,
day.
it was good catching up.
It was good catching up. Good luck on that. You know. Huh? No, me taking your dumb butt to Joey Garlic's.
If it ain't New York, I ain't want it.
Uh,
Ain't made in
Yeah,
New York,
you-
I don't want it.
you know
You need
what?
to go. What's funny is you
wait,
have the
wait.
opportunity to go to probably the best restaurant you've been to, at least in the calendar year. And you're over here, especially someone who claims to be a pizza connoisseur,
Yeah,
and you're
right.
passing up the
So
opportunity.
where do you go and eat when you go to Virginia? They don't have good pizza out there.
No. Virginia doesn't have anything good there.
Actually, no. There's one place that I do like. That if we go down there, it's a tradition that we go there. Is Dumars.
Uh-huh.
I love Dumars. That's one place I love.
I've never been. My wife and I went to Virginia. I know we've been to West Virginia a few times on missions trips. So the only thing we saw were like the really rough areas to do work and, you know,
Yeah.
and serve in churches and stuff. I feel like we've been to Virginia for skiing a few times.
In Virginia,
Which-
skiing.
I think so. There's babe.
There's skiing in
She
Virginia?
came yet. She's coming in here in a minute. Yeah, I believe there's places in that area that like they have essentially they blow fake snow on their slopes so you can ski.
That's a
But I
first.
have to chat with her. She remembers that stuff better than I do. But we used to go skiing every year, and we've been to a couple different places, so I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Yeah, where do we used to go skiing at? Is it West Virginia? Did we ever go to Virginia for any of that?
Probably West Virginia more than
Okay. So yeah, it was West Virginia. So I was mistaken.
because that's more country. Because where Mike is.
No government names.
Sorry.
Christmas.
That's the first time I slipped. So shush your mouth.
This is why you're not allowed. No, this is the second time.
Wait a second.
That's funny.
This is why you're not allowed to be on my live streams. Because you government name people.
Yeah, he handed that thing over real quick earlier. He didn't have any issue.
Whatever. Bears. Huh? Yeah, so the big guy over here has been whining to go to the bathroom.
Yep, and the dog.
Well, that's who I'm referring to, the 100-pound pit
It was
bull.
the-
Who knows?
It was the joke I was making.
Yeah, I know. I know. Trust me. But guys, It was good catch, Daryl. It was really good catch.
Absolutely.
Huh?
You know, it's always good when we actually get to talk versus hearing the trash that Tricky says. He's like all the awful things he says that I say.
Yeah, JT, thank you for the donation. Right?
Yeah. Normally, I would say, "Hey, tell Tina I said hello," and he'd be like, "Hey, Tina, Daryl says shut up." I'm like, "What's not what I said?"
What were they talking about?
No, he just said that he was like, "Hey, tell the goddess I said hello." And I'm like, "Hey, goddess, Daryl said shut the fuck up."
Oh, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
watching a show, so I didn't catch him saying that. So you're
Yeah, I would
lucky.
never say that.
I know you wouldn't, but he likes to be a pot stirrer.
That's right, a freaking turd.
He's calling the kettle black over here.
Tell Daryl.
Uh-oh, Daryl.
Tell Daryl I need $15 to hit 1,000.
He says to tell you he needs $15 to hit 1,000.
I might can make that happen.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, $25.
25. He said he's just
$24.54.
$24.54. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, down to the scene.
There we are.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Hold on.
It's coming through.
Where?
JT just donated it.
Oh man, JT's coming in clutch.
Where? I don't see this nonsense. You know what? There's like 1, 2, 3. I got like 5, 6 monitors in front of me. Oh yes, I see. It says I donated 15.
No,
15.
we're looking on the page.
Where's which page?
Right there.
This one?
The bottom left. It's showing it right now. JT, $15.
This one.
Yes, bottom left of that.
Oh, okay. I
bottom
see
right.
it now.
Thank you, JT.
Thank you, JT. I'm serious. He's got one thing that has 4 individual monitors, 4 small monitors. So I'm seeing 1 page, 2, 3, 4, then where he's playing, then the Twitch stream. I don't know where to look anymore. This is nonsense.
He's got all those monitors, but he can't break down and take you to Joey Garlic's. That's a crying shame.
So guys, you want the good news or the bad news?
Jesus God help me. What? Okay, let's start.
Good news
No,
is
you're not on camera. I just
$1,000.
Okay, the bad news is.
The bad news is if we got to 1,500, I had to shave the beard.
Oh, come on, people!
what'd he say?
He said the good news is that we hit 1,000. The bad news was that if we hit 1,500, he would have had to shave the beard.
And
I had
would
no clue.
never.
No one wants that.
No one wants that.
I had no clue about that. No, I want him to trim it down to make it look more presentable.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a woman gets her glory from her hair, and a man gets his from his beard.
Yeah, but we have to maintain it, and if it's not being maintained properly, then it's a different story, gentlemen. And if you hit 2,000, you would have had to stay clean shaved for a year. You know, you people suck. I love you people, for what you're doing, but you suck. You're supposed to be on my side on this crap.
Nah. We can't do that.
Oh, what do
Now,
you mean?
maybe if 2000 was he quit smoking for good, really?
There you go.
It's
That would be a
true.
goal.
That would have been a goal.
2,000.
No.
I would have put that
I'll
for.
tell you what, we hit 2,000. I'll throw out all the cigarettes I have right now, and I'll quit smoking on the dot.
Now you say that, but you've been saying that for years. You got to
See,
really
I've seen
stick
you
to it.
quit-
I will
I've
quit
been
smoking
listening
right
to
now.
your podcast long enough that I've heard you quit 3 times.
Yeah,
So-
same here.
You
So,
know
like,
what? I'll
People,
say
if
one
you
thing.
know
He
100%
did.
for sure
He
you
did
meant
manage
it,
to
I
quit.
might actually even do that.
He actually
I
did quit at one point, but then there was a situation at home.
He got sick.
His mother got very sick, very sick, and I can understand that, but he has to now do
Get
it
back
for
to that.
himself. Anything I can't say
Right.
to do it for Sweet Mama D. I can't say for him to do it for me or for the both of us. He's got to do it for himself. And no matter what curveballs life throws at him, he's got to just have to stay strong and and say, you know what, even though I need it, just not to go for it. But
Sure.
it's hard. You know.
Yep.
You know what?
You can do it.
I think whatever. I agree on that one, JT.
What JT say?
He says vaping doesn't count as quitting.
That's right.
because if we get there, you can't put any smoke-related things in your mouth. I agree, and vaping is a lot worse.
Well, that's gonna be the goal for 2023 then.
Come here.
Yeah, I'll have to budget that because tell me putting a bit extra in.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that one throughout the year.
Oh, please.
Yeah, that'll be a goal worth having.
That's right.
I don't think there's any more cans. Oh, there is a few more. No, he just took out the recycling, and there are people that come around and they collect this recycling out of your recycling bins, so they could go and take them to the the supermarket and collect the 5 cents. It's outside, but you see, I'm calling the dog in because this guy, he, even though he's huge, he's a giant mush, but they see a pit bull. And, people like, oh, crap,
Yep. Pit bulls are going to bite me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, exactly. But he just wants to be pet and cuddled up to.
I have a gift for you.
What? Really? You nasty individual.
What did he do?
No, we're not going to say it on air because this is a kid's show. He's a total arse.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yep.
Oh, please. Yeah, so this guy, even though he's huge, you sit on the couch, he snuggles right up to you, or he pushes you forward so he could be up against you. What happened?
He's shutting down. He's after 25 hours of this. It's about time for bed for Tricky, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Yeah, well, he was having another smoke break. Look, he opened the door. The dog ran right behind him. He's like, "Oh, we're going out. I gotta walk this dog, guys. I'm gonna give you back to Tricky, everybody. It's a wonderful 25-hour run.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to the money that was raised as of right now, and I know money still be coming in because it doesn't end anytime soon. Huh?
Tell JT I got his warning too late.
He said, JT, he got your warning too late because he was doing something. But gentlemen, here you go. Take him back. It was lovely, and Daryl, we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Have a good one. Hey,
Bye, guys.
go enjoy Joey Garlic's. I just had a little bit of a tongue twister on that one.
But that's what we hit 1,000. Hold on, I gotta put my ears on. Don't go nowhere.
Talk crap behind his back right now.
I gotta put my ears on. My ears are going on. JT's muted. Dupes is muted.
Happy extra life, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, well, apparently I miscounted. We didn't hit the 1,000.
Yeah, I think I got you guys there, didn't I?
No, I was looking at the total on the right of the screen, which is the team total.
Oh wait a minute, what
So
happened?
as a team, we made over 1,000.
Yeah, he's 25 short himself still.
Yeah.
You are short. You're at $975.
Right. Well, as soon as Daryl drops $25, then we're gonna hit 1,000. Right, Daryl?
As soon as Daryl drops $25, then we're gonna hit 1,000.
JT,
Right, Daryl?
All right, hold up.
JT,
JT,
Yes.
you're echoing.
JT, you're echoing. JT, you're echoing.
There you go.
No more echo. Good.
$25.
You just donated another $25.
Sure.
You are the man, dude.
You are now at $1,025.
Did you just donate 50?
No, I donated 25. I will look at the team thing again.
Somebody donated $25 and anonymous. It says for kids, not chumps. That's got to be Daryl.
Alright.
Bro.
I just want to say hello. Peace.
Yeah.
Kids, not chumps.
I
That's gotta be Daryl.
Have a nice
okay.
time.
I'm still getting an echo. Listen, I love you all, but it's been 25
Yep.
hours. I'm going to bed. I will see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 548.
Yep. I'll see you in the morning.
And I'll see you tonight. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all the donations. Thank you for spending 25 hours. Special shout out to everybody in the chat. Felicia, Dupes, Daryl, JT, everybody. Thank you very much for the support. Matt G, I see you in the chat. Joe, I see you in the chat. Kulai, thank you very much.
For kids, not chumps.
My computer's speaking to me. Matt G, I see you in the chat. Thank you very much. Love all you guys. Thank you for making this another successful year. Last update that I have for Extra Life is that worldwide we raised $8.8 million. That was 7 hours ago. I'm sure the number's higher now. Thank you very much. I will see you guys all later tonight. I love you all, and have a good night.
For kids, not chumps.